Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth here. So I just wanted to do this quick little video. I walked with some people this morning and now I'm kind of on my own, and I just thought the rain is really magical and it gives a different type of vibe and energy that I thought, well, I might as well do this little walk and talk because the village and the landscape has been really cute. And you know, this is a thought I've had for a very, very long time, but it's one of these thoughts that, you know, life is like the weather. Some days it's sunny, some days it's cloudy, and honestly, like, all of us are kind of bitching about the weather, you know, to have the rain. But honestly, I'm really glad it's raining because it gives an entirely different vibe to the Camino. And, you know, when it rains, the sun comes out afterwards and things are fertile and beautiful and they grow because of the rain. So it's one of these things that we have to embrace. Now, it's kind of ironic now that I'm doing this video, it's starting to rain a little harder. Before it's just been kind of off and on, and we had a little blue patch of sky for a moment. But yeah, I think emotions are very much linked up to the weather. I mean, the thing is, you just don't want to be stuck in a rainstorm all the time. You have to, at some point, pull yourself out and you know, start to walk on the sunny side of the street. But life isn't always sunny and it's not always glamorous. So I think people who do always walk on the sunny side of the street are completely maybe tuned out to certain realities of life. But then there are some people that just constantly swim in a pool of emotion and can't pull themselves out. We have a pepper farm here. So the interesting, I guess, little fact, walking from Caldas to Padron is very popular for its peppers. So you do order a plate of peppers and you have no clue if it's hot or if it's a normal pepper. So it's kind of like a game of chance that you play when you order these peppers, Padron peppers, in the city at the cafes. I just had some interesting conversations this morning. You know, I met an elder Irish woman. She's just walking for about 4 days, the last 4 stages of the Camino Portuguese. And, you know, I don't know, it's just really funny because there's so much politicalness that's happening in modern day society that I guess it's kind of hard for people not to talk about it. One, they need to have a voice, and two, they're always so interested in what other people think about, you know, their president and stuff like that. 35.568 kilometers left. And, you know, it's just interesting. It's interesting hearing things. And the funny thing is, like, some of my videos have, yes, related to some people's thought processes and logic, and the reality is you can apply logic to any point of view and any perception, but it's not necessarily the ideal way to apply logic. And you know, this woman felt like because of Britain's horrible past of invading all of these countries back in the medieval era, that the people of today should have to pay for this. And it's like, in my head, I'm thinking this is the exact reason why we're in such a shitstorm the way that we are. It's because the middle class is paying for stuff that doesn't go to them or their own people. And it's like, this is why, you know, we have Trump and Geert Wilders of Holland, you have Marine Le Pen of France, you had Brexit. It's like, I don't understand how people can't see that side of the view. and not agreeing with any side. I'm staying kind of neutral, but it's kind of like, at some point, how can you as a taxpayer pay for the entire well-being of the world? Like, you can't do it, especially once shit hits the fan in your life. And you know, it's like, I don't want to be talking about this stuff on some of these videos, but I think it's the reality of today, the reality of people and their emotions on the Camino. Everybody's here for some different reason, and it's like the rain. We all have different emotions, perceptions, perspectives, and opinions, and it's kind of getting purged and shared on this trail. And the irony of what's happening today, specifically in Germany and in Europe, is the exact same thing of the reason why this Camino was created hundreds and hundreds of years ago, when two Abrahamic religions fought against each other. So, man, I haven't seen an arrow in a little bit. I think I must be going the right way. So it's just interesting because it's like, I said this, everything comes full circle and everything kind of repeats itself, and history is doing the same thing. And now, you know, Western civilization is a little more cush. And the funny thing is about cultural assimilation and cultural respect is this blinded viewpoint that even though if people travel, they don't necessarily research or understand how certain cultures live. Like, she was bitching and complaining that the restaurants don't open till 8:30, and she didn't know that. And I said, oh, I knew that because siesta is very much a part of the Spanish culture. Like, it's like that in every Spanish city and region I've been in. Andalusia, in Madrid, in Barcelona, in Sevilla, Cordoba, Granada, Valencia, in Ibiza, in Mallorca. Every place I've been to in Spain has had siesta. And so it's just funny because, you know, it comes back to where we're coming today and how a lot of my girlfriends are having a hard time in the modern dating world. It's because we're entering a very indicative time of self-centeredness and selfishness in the world revolving around you and your way of living, and that's not the case. And the more selfish we become, you know, it starts tearing things, things start falling apart, I guess. In terms of love and romance, you know, I'm not exactly sure how the hell things will work out in the future for certain relationships and such, because a lot of the most people doing the Camino are older, and they have it's a different generation. You have a little bit more wisdom and life experience, and they don't really understand even this online dating culture that their children are doing, because they think a lot of it leaves the child very hollow inside, or, you know, you accumulate diseases because it's all about this instant gratification of getting turned on by a photo. And, you know, today, part of my divorce was like, my ex-husband was like, my needs weren't met. And it's like, well, I understand that, but at some point, I don't know, you have to talk about these things a little bit more and really, really communicate and work on this stuff. But I think this is why, especially in Seattle, we see so much open marriage, is because a lot of these guys, they told me, some of them are my clients, they said their wife can't fulfill all of their needs, so they fulfill their needs with multiple women. And like, how fucking selfish and indulgent is that? Because it leaves a lot of us, like, a lot of them are in the tech industry, they're affluent, but it's like, what else can we do as women to make you guys fucking happy? Like, men have been men for thousands of years, and you know what? It's like, I had my little experience at the massage parlor yesterday. I think the guy was trying to make it this like romantic massage, and I was like, Jesus, this is insane. And I had to laugh because it was funny. And, you know, it's like, men are men around the world. I've been to some local bars where it's like the boys club here, the Spanish men come and drink their beer, and, you know, it's like the world has the same stuff, but I guess it's like life is like the weather, and some of these random thoughts are based on conversations I've had, in addition to just just purging the emotions, because I think that's really a big part of the Camino. Even if people do it, you know, I've met people, they're just like, well, it's a bucket list, or I was inspired by the movie. And I kind of think that's a little sad, because it disconnects itself from the actual spiritual and historical aspect of it. But who am I to judge? To some degree, they were sent here, and hopefully they came for one reason, and they leave feeling fulfilled in another. Okay, it's raining really hard. I gotta go. Bye.